So start of spring, time to start thinking about renovations and getting your lawn ready for the season coming up. Now after winter, you do get a lot of thatch in your lawns. Today we're going to do some dethatching on the green, go look at the tiff tuff and talk about the thatch and that, and just get our lawn ready for springtime. Send it. So on the edge of the green just here, you can see there's lots of brown spots along the edges, and we've got it all around the surrounds of the green. And the problem is that we're basically cutting below the leaf and cutting into the crown, and it's quite thatchy. So if you pull some of it out, you'll be able to see
Can't pull it out.
Quite matty. You can see this is stopping nutrients and everything getting down here. So there's that thickness,
It's like an inch
of thatch in there, which is stopping nutrients and water getting down to the sand or the roots, which is down below that. So we need to actually come in and dethatch this, pull it out, and make sure we get some nutrients back into this area here. So this is super common with warm season grasses. That's bent grass we just looked at just there. And the reason it does it is because it's got those stolons, above ground runners, which over time they just accumulate and get really, really thick, especially in stuff like tiff tuff just here. So if we get down close, this is still in dormancy, as you can see, it's white as, but there's a lot of dead material in here from winter time. Look at all that. This is just all dead material. So we want to clear this out and actually let the lawn breathe a bit. That's crazy.
This is how you dethatch your lawn real cheaply.
You're right there, mate. You're stuck on it.
Look, green leaf.
Look at that. There's stuff all over the lens now. So a good way to do this is you can either scalp your lawn back with your mower, just set your mower really, really low and get rid of all that dead organic material in the top layer. When it comes to stuff like bent grass, because it is so short, we're gonna have to actually groom it, but a heavy groom, which means there's some blades on a machine we'll get over here and I'll show you in a second. And we're basically gonna rip that into the ground to help bring out a lot of that disgusting dead organic material. Now you can do this at reno time, or you can do it any time of the year that your lawn is actively growing. Technically you can even do it now when it's dormant like this if you want to. Doesn't really matter, it's just gonna look nasty for a little bit longer. So next week we'll come down, we're gonna actually scalp the tiff tuff back, just to let it breathe for the springtime, and then in October we're gonna do a proper reno on it and get the below ground thatch out with a scarifier.
So one way to tell if your lawn is actually thatchy is you get down, well you can feel it with your feet. Like your feet, you sort of put your foot in, it springs back up. You can see right here, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but see how it's bouncing up a fair bit?
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah. And that's just going to prevent all those nutrients getting into your soil and the water as well.
So you even see it with buffalo sometimes. People, especially on the coast, I've seen a lot with the humidity about, you get that real spongy, thatchy buffalo and kikuyu lawns. Now, you can scalp buffalo back, you just don't go super crazy with it and too low, and that will be enough to get all that dead stuff out of there. Probably wouldn't look at scarifying buffalo, just because it doesn't have any underground runners, only has above ground. But kikuyu, zoysia, cooch, go for it with scarifying, but if you can do anything, give it a scalp back. Cut it low, get a lot of that material out. What are you doing? So today we're going to be grooming the green. So we've got this Pro Tier here with a groomer cartridge in it. We've got these blades just here, so they're super close together, so you know it's a groomer. If they're more separated and got deeper teeth, that's when you know it's a scarifier.
Or a birdie cutter.
Or a birdie cutter, yeah. So that's the difference there. So this is, because we're going bent and we don't want to go too aggressive, this is why we use a grooming reel. You can use the scarifier, but you can't set it quite as deep.
Well, I wouldn't do it on bent, it would rip it up too much. And because it's a finer leaf as well, these verti cutters are perfect. You can set these deep like you said,
yeah,
and just make it a scarifier pretty much, but on your kikuyu, you'd be pulling out too much material.
So we'll do a pass and show you what comes out. We'll leave the catcher off, just for the first pass.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Josh. And we'll see what actually comes out of the material just here. And we're probably going to go over it twice and then stick to the edges a lot more, because the edges are where the really big problems are. It's just because that was used to be mown up at like 15 mil, and then we dropped it down to greens height because we started extending the green out. And just look at this, like so much like mat and thatch in there, which is just causing problems. And that'll never adjust and go green like looking nice like this or like this until we actually give it a proper groom and get it clean. So you can see here, we're just pulling out some of that thatch. We could probably almost go a bit deeper, do you reckon?
I think so, especially here.
We definitely need to go deeper here.
Heaps deeper, it's only a groom.
Yeah, it's only just nicking into the surface here, so you know you just sort of see the lines there itself.
Yeah, that won't be taking out any underground thatch at all.
No.
You're just thinning that leaf out a bit.
Yep. I mean, on golf courses, they do this pretty regularly, a light groom and then a bit of a dusting to help with thatch control. So like once a month, and also helps get on top of your wintergrass and your poa because it's so shallow rooted. But you need to go a bit more aggressive than this for the start of the season. And same if you're at home doing it, you want to go pretty aggressive for your first time around. It's pulling some of that out though.
Yeah, it'll probably pull that out quite nicely.
But let's just change the height. Well, that is a little bit deeper, which is nice. Yeah, it's definitely getting down in deeper in there, which is good. So have to make sure we do a double pass on this so we get it really, really cleaned out. I'll come behind with the other mower and clean this up because it runs a bit better with the catcher off. Let's get it done. They're not sure how well you can tell on camera, but the surface just looks so much nicer, less spongy looking, a lot more pure. And obviously this is good to do on a home lawn too. As I said, this is not just for bent grass and for greens. And you can also get like scarifying rakes. You don't have to use a scarifier. If you don't have a scarifier, as I've always said, the next best thing, is to at least scalp your lawn. If you want to get that below ground stuff though, you can get a scarifying rake from Bunnings. I've used one before on the old ryegrass lawn in town, but they do work well and they do bring a lot out, but obviously it's a lot more work. Otherwise you can hire scarifiers down from places like Kennards too. Something wrong with the belt tension we figured out, so we're going to fix it up at a later day, but we're going to get some sand out now because it's getting towards the end of the day. So we're just going to lightly put a bit of sand in it and then do it out. It's just because there's too much sand in there, the belt tension's not right. So we'll do that, otherwise we're just going to hand drop just like we have been. Now there's a few ways you can go about leveling out your sand. One, get a lawn level like this and just push the sand around. And it will spread around nicely and level out your lawn nicely too and drop into all those little grooves from the scarifying or the grooming. And if you're aerating too, like at a lawn renovation, it'll drop it down to the core holes, but spread out evenly. We just need to drag mat on the back of the top dresser and just drag it around because this is a bigger area. This is about 500 square meters, this green, so decent size. You could definitely do it with this. I've done it a few times with this and it's not a problem, and it helps push the rocks off too if you got some. So much rock in that, eh? Yeah, oh, that's annoying. I forgot how bad the rock was in this sand. Don't get sand with rock in it. I said this last time, but I've got someone else lined up to get me some more sand next time, but I don't know why I forgot it was this bad anyway. As you can see, there's heaps of pebble in there, which is what we don't want, so I've come through with like a brush or something and just tidy this up later, but I'm not stressed about it today. We're not mowing today. But yeah, it's good. We've got lots of sand down, which is good. So next thing, get some fert out, get some nutrients back into it. This will be the first granular fertilizer for the year. We're going to use my Lawn Tips Dominate fertilizer. This bad boy just here. So put it out 2 kilos per 100 square meters. So 10 kilos on this green here. We won't do the ryegrass today. We'll do it at a later date. But let's get some down. This is my Dominate Mini product too. So the mini version, so it's got a smaller granule on it. So it actually will go into the green properly and won't burn it. Well, that's done. Fertilizer's in, so that's it. Wait for it to repair and it should be good. Honestly, I'll give it a water now. Mid next week, most of it should be through the sand. Should be good. So thanks guys for watching, appreciate yous. See you later.